The World Health Organization has upgraded the public health risk of the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo from high to very high as the deadly outbreak continues to spread. WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus announced on Friday that they were revising their risk assessment for the Bundibugyo strain of Ebola to very high at the national level, high at the regional level, and low at global level.
A simmering dispute between players and the Grand Slams over revenue sharing intensified at the French Open, with Novak Djokovic warning the sport risked further fragmentation as leading players pressed for a greater voice in shaping its future. Several players were expected to limit their appearances at Friday's traditional pre-tournament media day to 15 minutes and to not conduct any additional multimedia interviews.
Only 16% of Americans view the economy in the United States as good or excellent, a new Gallup poll suggests, as inflation continues to rise amid the war on Iran. The survey, released on Friday, deepens US President Donald Trump's political woes ahead of the midterm elections in November, which will determine whether his Republican Party can retain control of Congress. At Google's I/O Developer Conference this week, we had the opportunity for a brief hands-on with its upcoming AI-powered glasses. Not the audio-only glasses that Google said will begin shipping this fall, but rather the glasses that offer a combined audio and visual experience. First announced at last year's event, these Android XR glasses offer an in-lens display that puts helpful information in front of you, overlaid on top of the real world. This includes widgets that could display things like the weather, walking directions, Uber pickup details, live translation, and more, even widgets you designed yourself using AI.
OpenAI is facing renewed criticism over claims that workers in Kenya were used to help train ChatGPT to detect and filter harmful content. The criticism centers on the role of human workers in teaching artificial intelligence systems how to sort through data and identify unsafe material. Civil engineering professor Musa Labluba from the University of Sharjah in the UAE has developed a simple device designed to reduce earthquake damage. The device does not require electricity and uses basic physics to absorb and dissipate vibration energy during seismic activity.
Bilawal Bhutto Zardari on Friday inaugurated the 39-kilometre signal-free Shahra-Ibuto corridor from Qayyumabad to the M9 motorway and laid the foundation stone for the next phase, connecting the route to Karachi port. The inauguration ceremony for phase 3 of the project was held in Karachi, after which the road was opened for traffic up to the Kaithor Bridge on the M9 motorway.
Google's upcoming Gemini intelligence features may not run on the Pixel 9 series because of the Gemini Nano V3 requirement. The requirement means Google's own 2025 flagship phones may not qualify for the feature. As a result, Google appears to have built an AI experience that its most recent previous generation phones cannot currently support.
The risk from the deadly Ebola outbreak has been raised to the highest level for the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. The World Health Organization, WHO, said Friday as the toll continues to rise. The WHO upgraded its risk assessment level from high to very high for the DRC, while keeping the regional risk level at high and the global risk level at low.
South Korean police are seeking an arrest warrant for a YouTuber who allegedly faked evidence that disfamed actor Kim Soo-hyun and fueled a scandal which ended his career. Authorities say the YouTuber had manipulated screenshots of text messages and shared an audio file made with AI to give the impression that the actor had dated actress Kim Se-ron when she was still a minor.
The public health risk from the current Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo has been increased from high to very high by the World Health Organization. In an update on Friday, the WHO's head, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, also said the risk in the wider region in Africa was high, but it remained low at a global level.
Russia has expressed outrage as it reported that a Ukrainian drone attack killed at least 4 people in the occupied Luhansk region. The Moscow-installed regional governor, Leonid Pasechnik, reported on Friday that a student dormitory in Starobilsk was hit. The Kremlin, which has killed thousands in Ukraine since launching it, described it as a monstrous crime. Turkey has revoked the operational license for a top private university with liberal values, effectively forcing it to close in the middle of the academic year, after the institution was seized by the state in a criminal investigation last year. In a presidential decree published in the official gazette on Friday, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan revoked the operating license for Istanbul Bilgi University, which has an estimated 20,000 students from Turkey and across the world.
United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio will travel to India on Saturday for a 3-day visit, taking in Kolkata, Agra, Jaipur and New Delhi. He will discuss energy security, trade and defence cooperation with senior Indian officials. US State Department spokesperson Tommy Pigott said in a statement on Tuesday.
US President Donald Trump has announced that the United States will send an additional 5,000 troops to Poland, a surprise move that has deepened uncertainty about Washington's military posture in Europe. In a post on his Truth Social platform on Thursday, Trump linked the decision directly to his relationship with Poland's right-wing President Karol Nawrocki.
Meta has quietly released a new standalone app for Facebook groups called Forum. The company seems to be positioning Forum as a platform that functions similarly to Reddit, describing the app as a dedicated space built for deeper discussions, real answers, and communities you care about.
Phone provider Trump Mobile has confirmed that it was exposing customers' names, email addresses, mailing addresses, cell numbers, and order identifiers to the open internet. Chris Walker, a spokesperson for the Trump-branded phone maker, told TechCrunch that the company is investigating the exposure and has not found evidence that content or financial information spilled online. The company said there was no breach of Trump Mobile's network, systems or infrastructure.
The Punjab government has decided to hand over all honour killing cases across the province to the Crime Control Department in a major shift in how such crimes will be investigated. According to sources, every murder committed in the name of honour will now be probed by the CCD. The department had previously been focused mainly on organised crime, habitual offenders and narcotics-related cases.
Pakistan all-rounder Kushdil Shah has drawn attention after reposting a post on X criticising the Pakistan Cricket Board PCB selection decisions, including picking Shadab Khan, following the announcement of the squad for the 3-match ODI series against Australia. The PCB has named a 16-member squad for the series, which will be played from May 30 to June 4 in Rawalpindi and Lahore. Shaheen Shah Afridi will captain the side, while Salman Ali Agha has been named vice-captain. Babar Azam, Haris Rauf, Shadab Khan and Naseem Shah have returned to the squad, while Mohammad Rizwan has been left out.
The Sindh Drug Testing Laboratory has declared multiple medical syringe brands substandard, raising concerns about a possible increase in HIV and hepatitis infections across Sindh and other parts of the country. According to officials, the laboratory conducted auto-disable testing on syringe samples collected from different markets in Karachi. The assessment included both 3 milliliter and 5 milliliter syringes manufactured by different companies. Well, Japan has taken another step toward hypersonic passenger travel after researchers completed a successful ground combustion test of a ramjet engine designed for a Mach 5 aircraft. The test was carried out by the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency in partnership with Waseda University, the University of Tokyo, and Keio University. It was conducted at JAXA's Kakuta Space Center and simulated flight at 5 times the speed of sound.
Islamabad, the National Cybercrime Investigation Agency, NCCIA, has busted a gang allegedly selling sensitive personal data of government officers to foreign entities, arresting 4 people in South Punjab. NCCIA Director General Syed Karam Ali told a press conference on Friday that the group was obtaining and selling call records, scenics and passports of key officers.
Scientists at Oxford University are developing a new vaccine that could be ready for clinical trials within 2 to 3 months to help tackle the Ebola emergency. The outbreak, centered on the Democratic Republic of Congo, has resulted in 750 suspected cases and 177 deaths.
Israeli attacks have killed at least 11 people in southern Lebanon, including several healthcare workers. The attacks occurred on Friday in the Tyre district. They are the latest in a long line, questioning the durability of the shaky United States-mediated ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon.
Senegal's Prime Minister has condemned the West, accusing it of attempting to impose homosexuality on the West African nation. Ousmane Sonko made the remarks while addressing the National Assembly on Friday. During his speech, he defended newly introduced laws targeting Senegal's LGBTQ community as part of a broader crackdown on same-sex relations, measures that have drawn criticism from human rights activists.
Hux, an app developed by former Notebook LM developers that let users put in a prompt and generate a podcast or a podcast series about a topic, is shutting down. The announcement comes a day after Spotify released a personal podcast feature that works similarly. The company said that it is removing the app from App Store and Play Store, and if users already have the app installed, it will work for 7 days. After that, the company will delete all data related to users. The startup didn't specify the reason behind the shutdown. SpaceX may have stolen the show with its IPO prospectus, but Elon Musk's aerospace AI data center company wasn't the only notable business to file to go public this week. On Thursday, Finnish smart ring company Aura said that it had confidentially submitted a Form S-1 to the US Securities and Exchange Commission in preparation for an IPO. Founded in 2015, Aura has emerged as one of the most popular wearable health trackers, setting itself apart from Fitbit, Garmin and Apple's watch-like products with a sleek, unobtrusive ring. The Sindh government on Friday announced a separate 4-day holiday schedule for Eid al-Adha, extending the break beyond the 3-day holidays announced by the federal government. According to an official notification, all government offices and autonomous bodies across Sindh will remain closed from May 26 to May 29 on account of Eid al-Adha.
Chinese state media has claimed that the J-10CE fighter jet scored a 9-0 win against the Eurofighter Typhoon in mock air combat exercises held last year. According to the report, the exercises took place in 2024 and saw the Chinese-made J-10CE defeat the European fighter in all 9 simulated engagements. The report said the J-10CE won 5 close-range dogfights and 4 beyond visual range encounters.
Several major roads in Lahore do not exist in official municipal records, nor has any heritage documentation been formally notified or legally approved for their existence to date. This was revealed at a session of the Lahore Heritage Areas Revival, LHR Today, which brought together architects, historians, journalists and urban planners.